and understands about life to a certain degree, even though you men don't always grow up as fast as us girls, let's face it. And then side features. So I've put, let's start slow, right? Someone who doesn't want to rush, I wouldn't want any love bombing going on around here, because that is some weird narcissism that I just don't require. We have all the time in the world. I have children, and he's got to understand that, so I have responsibility. I don't intend on introducing him to my children for 2 years approx, I've put, but for a duration of time, if that makes sense, because I need to be sure of the person that comes into my life before introducing them to my children. It's like I wouldn't. That is not anything that I feel is an importance to me to rush in there before I've got to know him, inside and out, basically. But that being said, that's just my preference. So I'm not a judgy person. If you meet the love of your life and you know it, and you feel like this is it, I know straight away, anything can happen in the universe where, that's the one. I know that person's the one. Let's go right to Gretna Green, and let's get all our kids together and get married and live. That's great. It's just not for me.
Tell me, does anybody ever run off to Gretna Green anymore? I love these old statements. Anyway, I hope you're having a wonderful day, whatever you choose to do. So this is part 2 of my own SP journey and where I'm at, which is right at the start. And if you want any help finding your one, then I'm on hand. So please enjoy part 2. I will be editing and putting a little bit extra in today about the way I would like my one to feel. So yes, I hope you get some benefit from part 2, and I will see you in the next one.
It's not for me. I personally want my children to live their life, and for me to have adventures and good times with this person, and then slowly introduce my children when the time's right, and there's been that bit of space. That my kids are my first priority, and to understand that my kids come first, like his, because I would want him to feel exactly the same. I have a duty of care to my children, and for me, with my life, I've got a duty of care to my ex-husband. So I have stated that me and my ex-husband, we still live together, and especially over the last 10 months of going through what I've gone through, I've actually got so much closer to him as my friend, family, whatever, however you look at it. Like, I really respect him, and I would never shun him for some love that comes into my life. And that's not competing or comparing. I do actually look at my ex-husband as family. We've got children together. I respect him. We've had a relationship where there's been a lot of loyalty, and so that's how not everybody looks at their ex in that way. But I really don't care. That's how I look at my ex, and that's how he looks at me. There's a lot of love and respect still there, in a very platonic way, in a family way. But he is still my priority in that sense, to make sure that he's good. And I would never have someone new come into my life and shun him and just say, well, this is it then, I've got my replacement, so bye. It just wouldn't even come into my head. So I would always think about my kids, my ex's feelings, and just look at it in a kind of rounded way, as well as the person that comes into my life, their feelings and their thoughts and their heart as well, of course, because that person's going to be my king, right? That's how I look at it. If we fall in love, then he's going to be the main man. But however, I'm not going to ever shun anybody else because someone new comes on the scene. It's just not the way I do things. So yeah, where else? What else? And he would appreciate. So obviously, I want to make this clear as well that, you know, whoever comes into your life, if they don't respect and appreciate where you are, then I look at that quite simply, that they're not meant to be yours. You know, so if a man comes into my life and then starts thinking that I need to change it because he's just come into my life, then I'm like, mate, you were never the one. Bye. You know, I know that sounds harsh, but whoever is meant to be yours would always be welcoming of your circumstances, your situation, and be respectful of your thoughts and feelings, right? So, you know, that's again a non-negotiable for me. You know, I'm not going to have any man's ego come in and tell me what I should and shouldn't be doing in my life. It just would never happen. So, of course, you know, and I the same with them. You know, that's the other thing. Like, you know, it's not just a one-way thing. Like, I've come on the scene, but obviously there's been experiences, a lot of years of experiences before I've come on the scene. So I'm not just going to come in and start going, right, you need to change this, you need to change that, you need to do this because of my ego wants you to, because I don't like it. You know, I'm like, grow up. You know, I would never expect that. So, you know, it's a two-way thing. It's a two-way thing. And then like time schedule. So for me, I mean, I'm telling you all this because this is how specific I'm getting, and I want you to be specific to your own needs as well. And, you know, if what you want is totally opposite to what I want, totally different, you know, then if you came to me as a client and you were like, well, Jen, I know that that's what you want, but I actually want this, and my life experiences have made me feel like this, and I'd go, listen, you are my client, and my interests are non-existent when it comes to your desires. So I want to make that clear. It's not about what I want when it comes to working with my clients. It's what they want. So, you know, it's whatever fits into your life, your history, and what you view. I mean, obviously, I think it's a fair point as well to understand that when you work with me with an SP, you will start to change certain viewpoints anyway, because if you've been a very insecure person and you've been attracting the wrong type of people into your life, you would work with me with changing that anyway. So what you maybe would come to me and say, this is what I want, Jen, this is, you know, and this is my type, and this is what I've always, how's that worked out for you? Oh, they've all turned out to be narcissists, you know, they haven't treated me very nice. Well, babes, we need to come back to the drawing board and have a second look at this then, and we need to work on certain things. So, you know, I want to make that clear, that what you feel like you may initially want, as you progress, that would probably change, and hopefully change if it is that you've been attracting the wrong type of person within your life. So for me, time schedule. So personally, again, start slow. So I would only want to see someone a couple of times a week. You know, that would be that would suffice me. Like little adventures, weekends away. Obviously, I'm a girl. I'd want the good night, baby, I love you. You know, good morning, baby, I love you. How you doing through the day? And that little check-in. I mean, that's sweet. I want that. But I haven't got to live in anyone's pockets. You know, I want my person to be very independent and manly, but very soft and sweet with me.
So, like yesterday, I stated the way that I would like to feel. But there's also the other side of it, and how I would want him to feel. And I think we're agreed that there's kind of like worldly views on the way that you would like your person to feel when they're around you. So, and I just missed out a couple of things that I would like us to both feel in a relationship, which would be to feel unique and empowered and appreciated. But how I would want him to feel as my person, as my one, would be to be respected, admired, to feel strong, trusted and secure, sexy, manly, held, masculine and confident and strong. So obviously the list could go on, but there's a few. And again, this is all to do with saturating your mind, really ingraining it in your subconscious. So you've got a clear view of how you want to feel in this relationship and how you would like to make him feel. So enjoy the rest of the video and I will see you in the next one.
Of course, a total gentleman. I've stated in a few videos, but I don't need to be on top of my person. I don't need them to check in with me because I'm insecure, like always checking in with me. Like, I want them to live their life. I want them to do their own thing. And then when we come together, that sounds well, but anyway, I'll leave it there. And there is things like that, you know. I mean, that's very important. But when we share moments together, I want it to be fun, adventurous, spontaneous. Like I said, I want to do something different. I want to have something that I've never experienced before now, because this is the time that I'm in now. I've gone through I feel like I've gone through the awkward years of, feeling that time crunch, feeling that time pressure where, I need to find a guy to get married to. And because when you're, for me anyway, when I was a lot younger, I always felt like the pressure to, I've only got a certain amount of time, and I've got to find that one, and and then is he going to be the one that I have kids with? Does he fit the criteria? Da, 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 da. And really, the way I feel about it, I spent so much time trying to find someone that fits the kiddie criteria. Is he holding down a job? Is he stable? Is he and not really always concentrating on the actual, how does he make me feel? Does he listen to me? Is he supportive of me? Are we really compatible in these areas? And I don't mean you have to be compatible in every area, because that's the beauty of working together as a team, isn't it? Is to actually communicate, to understand where each of you've come from, to use that communication to beautifully sort of place you in a space where you can come from unconditional love, from understanding, So it's not that you've got to be, right, he's 100% the one because he does it exactly my way. And I don't want that. I want my person to be a total individual and to maybe have gone through lots of stuff and then come out the other side where he's learned about life, he's learned about his emotions, he's learned to be more open, because he knows that vulnerability is key to unlocking the heart and living that wonderful life that we all want together, surely, So anyway, going off on a tangent there. But yeah, so not needing to spend every moment together, and just moving at a pace that feels comfortable for you. So me moving in or living together with someone, it's further down the line for me. I want to actually really enjoy time with this person and to be respectful of each other's time, and that I don't feel the need to rush in to love. So yeah, but again, that's just me. And the reason why it's good to get very specific is the more specific you get to the subconscious, the more that it takes that in, and it's repetition. You know, keep telling your brain what you want, and then you will start. Remember what I was talking about with the reticular activating system. So it's that. So the more that you repeat what you want with this love, this person, the more that your brain will start to see that when that comes around. So the other thing is, I want to talk to you about so the ways of actually meeting this person, this female, this male, what feels comfortable to you. And again, it's all what you feel comfortable with. So I over the last couple of days, I've actually gone gone back on the dating sites, and I've sort of revamped my profile, and I've chose that to do that. Whether I stay on these dating sites, I don't actually know, because ideally with me, and this is the other thing with regards to the universe, I'm not limiting myself and saying the universe needs to bring me what I want through. The only way is that way, because with manifestation, the universe or source, or your subconscious, or your higher self, or God, whatever, brings it to you through the path of least resistance. So to me, I like to just look at things in that way, where I'm not limiting myself. I've got, my ego has got an idea of how it wants to be brought to me, and that is through means of organically. So actually meeting and talking to someone and seeing how you gel together, wherever that may be, that's ideal for me. But I'm open to a dating site. I'm open to other ways of it happening. So that's just me. And I want you to understand that, again, if you really, really are opposed to dating sites, then you don't have to do that. You don't have to fight your brain. You may change, and if you worked with me, for example, with an SP package, you may get to a point in a couple of months where you're feeling a lot more comfortable. You've worked on yourself. You've come to these sort of revelations within yourself. You may say, you know what, Jen, I was kind of looking at these dating sites, and I was talking to a friend, and I feel like I wouldn't mind giving that dating site a go. Then we could always come back to the drawing board and change it. And this is how I'm looking at this situation with me. It's only been this week that I've gone, right, it fits with me now to start thinking about an SP again, and how I'm going to go about it. And plus, it opens up the SP world with regards to my clients with the videos. I haven't done that up until now because of the reasons why I said, but I believe that a lot of people are looking for love and don't know really how to go about it, and feel like they're so limited now. So this is a solution for you. So yeah, I hope I haven't gone on too much. but I usually do. But reach out to me to for any information, any questions regarding this video. I'm on hand to answer any questions. I hope you enjoyed it. Please, and there's lots more of these SP videos to come, because I'm excited about my own journey. But please like, subscribe, and click the little